What's up guys, this is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we've got a video a lot of you guys have been asking for. We are going to do the first shots of the new CZ Tactical Sport 2. Before we do that, I want to mention my patron supporters. Because of you guys I can afford to buy guns like this. Really appreciate that. And it's also because of you guys that we have ammunition to feed them. So if you want to join the patron squad, all you got to do is go to the link in the description and sign up. Also in that description is a link to a local shelter that I like to support. Name's Iowa. It's the YSS, the youth shelter that I support in each one of my videos. These kids could really use your help, so please go down there, click that link, and donate. Also in that link is a link to t-shirts and swag and all that cool stuff that the missus made. So if you want to go down and get that, all you got to do is go to the link, click that, and pick them up. Now the Tactical Sport 2 is kind of a upgrade to the Tactical Sport 1, and we actually did the orange review on this channel a little while ago. It's been quite a while, but we have shot that gun on the channel, so I do have some experience to kind of compare the two, although it's been a while. If you're unfamiliar with the Tactical Sport, it's made for sports. Sort of. It's made for competitive shooting mostly. IPSC is what this gun's mostly made for, although you can shoot it 40 cal version in limited and USPSA as well. This one's a 9mm because 9mm is fun. And right now 9mm is easier to find for me. So we got it in 9mm and it should be a blast to shoot. Now if you're unfamiliar with CZ products, the premium CZ products are some of the best guns in the world, and this one's most likely no exception. Usually super reliable, usually super accurate, usually super quick. The Tactical Sport 2 is kind of an upgrade of the 1, which is a single action design, which is a little bit of a departure from the Shadow series and stuff like that, which are double single. This one is single action only, allowing it to have a really crisp, really good trigger. And on top of that, they have improved the trigger in this model as well, making the reach that much shorter. And that is obvious. Think 2011 good. It's a real good trigger, at least out of the box in practice. I think it's going to be a good trigger in shooting as well. Changed a lot of the internals. Not super sure what they did there. Changed the coating, and the biggest upgrade, at least for me, is they changed the grip to more of a Shadow 2 profile. The original version had a it had the Checkmate grip. If you guys are unfamiliar, that's like their souped up open gun. And this has a lot better texture. It has a lot better ergonomics in my opinion. I also heard that they changed the magwell, and they did a better job on this magwell. That was one of my complaints of the original one, but it does still need some dremeling if you're really gonna get serious with it. And finally, they changed the sights as well. It doesn't look like they are adjustable in this model. However, there are different models out there. So the base model doesn't have the thumb ramp, and it doesn't have the optics mounting system, which sucks. If I would have known that, I probably would have got like the green or the orange version of the 2, but I wasn't aware of it at the time. I wanted to get this super quick for review, so I just bought the base model because it was the one that was available to me. Got this at Mr. Guns in Waterloo, so go check them out. They're pretty sweet, and they carry lots of cool stuff like this gun does. It also has an extended magazine release, and it is a hefty guy. It's around 46 ounces, I want to say, something like that. Like the Shadow 2, it does really well in competition. However, unlike the Shadow 2, this isn't a gun that I would get for home defense. Even though it could work, I still prefer a light rail on the bottom there to add an optic. And I don't really like these huge extended magazine releases for tactical home defense uses, because one time when I was in a training class, I actually had one of these in a holster, not this gun, but a gun with a magazine release like this, and I rolled over and it popped my magazine out, and I didn't know I didn't have a magazine. Also, if you have enough experience with these guns, a lot of times when you roll into it, sometimes you press too hard, you can depress the magazine as well, and that is not good. The sights look really good. I think I would probably prefer the original ones that were adjustable for a target gun, but for like a USPSA gun, I'd be fine with this as long as they were on target right from the box. Blacked out rear with the cut off ears, which I love. That way, if you run the gun quickly and you run your gun or you run your hand over the sights, you don't cut them real bad when you're running your hand over the sights. And that's good too, because the slide doesn't have a lot of real estate to work with, so these extra aggressive serrations and the low pro sights work really well, so you can run the slide. The advantages to a CZ platform is that they run internal slide rails, so it decreases the overall mass of the slide, allowing for a very fast shooting gun. The downside to that is if you ever do have a malfunction or if you have to operate the slide, it is significantly harder, not just because it is low, but because it's very well beveled and tri-topped as well. So it's actually a little hard to get a hold of, but it does blend in with the gun perfectly and does allow for really low mass, so you can shoot really quickly, and I'll take that trade-off for me personally. Now on top of that, they do have a shorter reset trigger in here than the other one did, and it is really, really nice. This compared to something similar price like the 509 LS, which I just shot, this trigger is so much better. Really impressive so far. It does not have the AccuBushing in it or anything like that. However, I don't think the first one did either. Sometimes I shoot so many CZs I get them confused. But it does come with the aluminum grips there, very aggressive. I actually have a set of lock grips coming for mine that I'm going to put on here after the first shots for the full review. And that should aggressive it up even more and allow that grip to be even bigger for my big old paws. So that'll be nice. Also some front serrations on the top there so you don't have any glare while you're shooting it. Overall, should be a pretty killer gun. Let's go find out. All right, we're gonna start this video out here at 50 yards. I just wanna see if the sights are on target from the factory. It'll be an easy way to tell. If we miss a bunch, we'll move up and then we'll sight it in. We don't have too much sun right now because it's behind the clouds, so I should actually be able to hit something, maybe. Well, that doesn't suck. That's a good time. I do love a good CZ. I'm so biased. It's like one of my all-time favorite guns is the CZ75 series. So every variant that comes out, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love right away. And as soon as I put that first round down, big old grin. Oh, this boy's accurate. Let's go for that dueling tree. We're at 50 yards. We're asking a lot, but... Oh boy, that's a good time. I got him a couple times. Oh, you're gonna like this.
I'm sure I am.
All right, so now we're out here at 100 yards. I'm getting over ambitious, I feel like, right away. But I feel like this is a very accurate gun. I haven't been able to hit the dueling tree at will in 50 yards in quite some time, so. Okay, so this is like the CZ-AL1 that I just reviewed, except this one hasn't malfunctioned yet, and I own this one. I'm pretty happy about that. I can't remember what I paid for this, something around 2,000, but it was worth every penny. The only thing I'm feeling right now that's even remotely negative is the slide latch there is digging into my thumb, or digging into my pad of my hand pretty mean. Because a lot of times when I go super aggressive like that, oh no, it's actually the magazine release. That's what it is, the magazine release. Digging into my palm. That's what I was worried about earlier. I can tell you that that ain't gonna happen for very long. That guy's gonna go bye-bye. But gun is super accurate, and the recoil, I'm not even squeezing that hard because I'm shooting at 100 yards, and every time I fire, sight's right back on target. That's why I'm able to hit those so quick at 100 yards. All right, so we've seen it's obviously accurate, but how fast is it? Let's find out, I guess, huh? It's pretty fast.
Super fast.
What should we do now? Should we move around a little bit, you think?
Sure. If I can keep...
Hard to hit those dueling trees on the move.
But you succeeded a little bit, right?
Did what I could.
Think so.
Oh, this is your mag. This is the last mag.
Yep. Last mag.
I almost just rocked it out.
Yeah, you're ready. Okay.
All right, so that's a super light trigger, so be ready for that. My pink hair princess. Holy shit.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah?
I like this.
Yeah? Way better than the FN, huh?
Super heavy.
Yeah, it's real heavy.
But that,
trigger's unreal.
So good. So good.
Right, and with no red dot or anything, that thing kicks ass.
It's a beautiful thing.
It really is. CZ is an amazing product. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Like, compare, you just shot the VP9L. You also shot the new FN. All these guns came out at the same time. Which one you pick and why?
Well, this one, definitely. Yeah. Would I carry it? Probably not. It's super heavy, but...
Carry it like in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, probably. But, I mean...
Skid loader.
Everyone tries to get women to shoot super light guns.
Right.
However, that's going to make it snappier and less pleasurable to shoot.
Yep.
You give a girl something heavy like this, you're gonna make her feel like a rock star when she's just able to plink around and move around super fast.
Sure.
And that'll give her the confidence to actually keep going.
Right.
And then you can train her on her carry gun.
Well, you know, interestingly enough, you don't like the weight, but the weight actually keeps the gun stable, not just under recoil, but for accuracy as well. So a heavy gun with a light trigger is just way easier to shoot. And you can tell.
Exactly. But would I carry this in my purse? I mean, I don't think I would.
Maybe now.
Well, I mean, I guess I do have my own carry gun that I practice with and everything, but this is just so...
That's slightly heavier than the Glock 43.
Slightly. But this is so much more fun and enjoyable and confidence building, because you don't have to really even... I mean, like you said, it's like a cheat code. Like, you feel like you're cheating. The gun is doing all the work. I mean, obviously I'm doing my part as much as I can, but it just builds your confidence to hit targets, and that's what you need when, at least when I'm starting out.
All right, so first impressions are, it's amazing. If you can afford a high-end CZ, buy a high-end CV. If you're looking at a CZ and you think you want a CZ, buy a damn CZ. Especially the stock ones. The stock ones are always super reliable. This one, no reliability problems whatsoever, and we're not shooting the best ammo. That was Winchester white box. Ran all of it just fine. It has everything I liked about the orange, and they haven't changed a lot, and I honestly was a little lukewarm on it when I bought it, but they've changed enough. The grip itself is a significant improvement, at least for me. Feels much better, much more ergonomic. The magazine well is not necessarily beveled better on the inside, but it certainly is on the outside. You don't feel it at all like you did on the VP9. It feels really nice. One thing I would say that I didn't like is that extended magazine release is way too damn big. Like, it's so obtrusive. I don't think I've ever seen one that long. Now, I can't find a replacement. I'll cut that thing and just rechecker it myself. But it obviously is going to work for its intended use. However, especially if you have even remotely large hands, I don't see how that wouldn't get in your way even if you had small hands. But that's just me. I do miss the optics mounting system here, or the gas pedal system. It never really fit me anyway, but it was a nice touch. I understand that they do that on the more premium models. But this gun comes in at a fairly decent price as well. I can't remember what I bought it for, but I'll annotate it right here. I'll put the price here right below me, kind of where I'm pointing right here by my nether regions. The sights worked really well on right from the factory, no question. I was hitting at 100 right away. That's very nice. And on top of that, it's got a really long sight radius. What is it, 5 1/4, I think, same as the Glock 34. Ergonomics are amazing as usual. You see how high you can get up on the gun. People talk about bore axis, but you see how low that is compared to where my actual hand is? It kind of is a little deceiving. I remember somebody was complaining to me that CZ has just as high bore axis as the 320. It definitely does not. Overall, the gun cycles really smooth, super fast shooting gun. That's what you get when you have a real low slide mass. And the trigger's unreal. Not only is it very, very light and crisp, and it has an awesome little break, but the reset is killer as well. I would say the trigger on this is probably better than my custom AccuShadow, which kind of makes me a little sad. But I do own this one too, so maybe I'll just shoot this one instead. Overall, I think it's definitely worth the money. We're definitely gonna do 1,000 rounds, especially for my own amusement. And maybe later this week, maybe we'll get out here and I'll try to do some one-handed 100-yard shots. Let me know if you wanna see that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.
Oh dear Lord.